So, getting ready for the last match of this first session here in Hong Kong. It is the two former world number ones. Ratchanok INTANON, the world champion from 2013 in Guangzhou, actually where the World Tour Finals, the HSBC World Tour Finals, is being staged in 3 weeks' time, up against Akane Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi, who recently won the French Open Super 750. Here we can see the women's singles draw. Unfortunately, He Jiao had to retire injured in her match against Sung Ji-hyun. You have to say that Sung Ji-hyun was in a favorable position, though, but still, all the best wishes to He Jiao for a speedy recovery. And now we're going to find the opponent for Sung Ji-hyun in tomorrow's semi-final. Ratchanok leading the way on court. Played 11 times. This is the, played 19 times. This is the 20th meeting between the two players, and as you can see, Akane Yamaguchi is holding an 11-8 lead in the head-to-heads. But the two meetings they've had this year have been split. One victory to each player. Here is the profile for Yamaguchi from Katsuyama in the Fukui prefecture on Honshu, biggest island in the 4 main islands in Japan. Currently ranked second in the world, but was ranked 1 on 26th of April 2018. She beat Sana Naval in the first round in a really strange match where definitely the playing conditions was a factor there. And then a second round victory over Han Yue. Playing her 13th tournament, Yamaguchi, on this World Tour, and here is Ratchanok INTANON from Yasuthon in Thailand. Ratchanok is played Sato in the first round, long, grueling match against the Japanese player, and then straight games yesterday against Chen Xiaoxin of China. Hasn't had the best of seasons, Ratchanok, so far. Here is our umpire, CK An. Service judges, yes, that bin Zaman from Malaysia. Ratchanok won the first tournament of the year she participated in. That was the Malaysia Masters, where she beat both Yamaguchi in the semi-final and Tai Su Ying in the final. Then she reached the semi-final in Indonesia the week after, and semi-final in India Open, and then it's been more or less downwards from there. Semi-final in Malaysia Open, but since then quarterfinals. Lost the first round of China Open to Bai Wenjiang, lost to Kirsty Gilmore in Korea Open. Last week, quarterfinal in China Open. Lost to the winner, Chen Yufei. Whereas Yamaguchi, she didn't have a strong tournament last week either. Lost to Zhang Beiwen, but came straight from victory in France, where she beat Tai Tzu Ying in the final. So, according to recent form, you should think that the advantage would be with Akane Yamaguchi. Who's also won the German Open earlier this year. One thing is certain, we're going to see beautiful technical badminton. Both players extremely skilled. Can execute almost every shot there is in the instruction book, and a couple of shots that aren't there as well. That's too steep. Smash from Yamaguchi in the bottom of the net. Challenge from Ratchanok. Yeah, how on earth could that be called in? Wow. I haven't really counted, but I can mention 3 mistakes out of the first 6 rallies by Yamaguchi. Four mistakes. Deceptive short service from Ratchanok. It's better from the Japanese perspective. Here's Chang Sen-bong, the Japanese women's singles coach. Oy. Yeah, fantastic rally there. He could perhaps have done it a little bit easier than the cross net drop at the net, but it's just so typical for these two players. Both have quite a playful playing style. Not always opting for the easiest solution. Jump smash, jump cut, cut a drop from Ratchanok INTANON. I don't know how much above the ground she was. It was a nice shot, that one. Both players have already qualified for the World Tour finals, so we'll definitely see them again in 3 weeks' time in Guangzhou. I mentioned that they'd split the previous encounters this year, and that Ratchanok won in Malaysia in January, and their second encounter was in the final of the Uber Cup in May, where Japan defeated Thailand 3-0, and of course you can deduct that Yamaguchi won that match, but I think both nations were highly satisfied with the outcome of that Uber Cup. Thailand making their best ever result by winning silver on home soil, and Japan reclaiming the Uber Cup. It's one of the big goals that Akane Yamaguchi has set for herself, to win the Uber Cup with her Japanese teammates. She was so inspired by the men's team winning the Thomas Cup in 2014. She wanted to try that as well. Oh, she missed that one. You can almost see how much effort Ratchanok INTANON puts in her shots when she tries to put it on the back line of Akane Yamaguchi. She's playing a little bit up against the drift, is INTANON, and it takes some extra power. Excellent, fantastic shot. And with that, we go to the mid-game interval, and Ratchanok INTANON has the lead by 4 points, 11-7. Didn't get enough help from the drift with that shot, Yamaguchi. Good shot. Definitely some possibilities for attack in Ratchanok's backhand side. One left. She's not showing a lot of emotions, Yamaguchi, but I still feel you can see when she's not completely satisfied with her own game. Her neck tends to get a little bit more loose and the head drops down a little bit. Challenge. But, unsuccessful. Linesman got it right. Well played by Ratchanok. And, seems like Yamaguchi is a little bit tired, a little bit late on some of the shots that she normally isn't late on, and there were signs of the same in China last week, where she lost to Zhang Beiwen. Good shot. Left Yamaguchi totally stranded on the other side of the courts. Looks a lot like the first round match that Yamaguchi had against Saina Neval. the first game 21-10, and then took a 10-2 lead in the second game. So in just 15 minutes time, first game to Ratchanok INTANON, 21-9. So second game coming up here in Yonex Sunrise Hong Kong Open. Quarterfinal between Ratchanok INTANON and Akane Yamaguchi, and Ratchanok took the first game 21-9, and I have to say that Yamaguchi has to change gear if she wants to stay in this tournament. You could actually say that she should change from a back gear to a forward going gear. There was some of it made some uncharacteristic mistakes in the first game. It's like she's not in position for that shot there. Normally we see her get in extremely good position to almost all her shots. So it's also been a long season for a number of the players. Played World Championships, Uber Cups, also Asian Championships and Asian Games. Lots of big moments here in 2018. Eventually it takes its toll both mentally and physically on the players. Good follow-up by Ratchanok INTANON. gone wide. Great read. Way too high, the drop shot from Yamaguchi, but a good read by Ratchanok INTANON. Good angle, attack clear by INTANON, but a little bit too short and immediately intercepted. I still feel that it's sort of individual. Of course, it's individual. It's women's singles, but it's not part of a plan from Yamaguchi's side. It's really hard to see the overall plan at the moment. But there is occasional moments of brilliance that we normally see from her. In the end, it goes wide, but in my opinion, it was the best rally of the match, and definitely the best rally from Yamaguchi. A lot of things worked out well there, but I also think she tripped in the beginning of it. Hopefully, didn't injure herself in any way. But we saw better touch on the disguised drop shot. A long rally that we know is often taking its toll on Ratchanok. Oh no, another mistake. Ratchanok asked to get the court mopped. Of course, we mustn't forget that Yamaguchi, she medaled in both the Asian Games and the World Championships. Played with only approximately 2 weeks interval. Lost to the same player as well on both occasions. That was PV Sindhu. So definitely achieved a lot this season. And she looks like a spent force. I would say, if not physically, then mentally a spent force. Japanese player. So 11-6 at the interval here. Advantage Ratchanok INTANON. She's won the first game 21-9. Oy. Perfect shot from Ratchanok INTANON. Apologizes to Yamaguchi. He's reached the semi-final here twice before. As Ratchanok, that was in last year, where she lost to PV Sindhu, and in 2015 when she lost to Yamaguchi's teammate Nozomi Okuhara. Yamaguchi, she's never been past the quarterfinal, and doesn't look like she's going to make it further this year. She's trying all she can to stay in at Yamaguchi, but I don't think there's any more fuel left in the tank. And also she's up against a Ratchanok INTANON who is getting to know the arena here. Starting to get a good touch on her shots. if Yamaguchi is not capable of upping the pace, then I can't see. Oh, another perfect shot there from the backhand of Ratchanok INTANON. What I was saying is, if Yamaguchi can't up the pace, I don't really see Ratchanok come under pressure. 4 points away from a third semi-final berth here in Hong Kong Open. It's gone long. Consolation point here for Yamaguchi, who in all likelihood is on the road to the biggest loss in 2018. You can almost see how it hurts Ratchanok not to get that last one over, because that was a challenging shot. It would have been fun to play it back at Yamaguchi. As well. Oh, a fantastic rally. At this time, it was Yamaguchi's turn to play the perfect shot from the backhand side. Wow, what a fantastic rally. For the last two rallies, they've been absolutely amazing. And where did Yamaguchi suddenly get that energy from? Scored 5 consecutive points. Now has Yamaguchi. Apparently that's what it takes. You've got to hit the top of the tape and roll it over to score points at the moment. Amazing. The touch that they've got, these two women. Stayed on Ratchanok INTANON's side. She was 18-8 up. We've seen it in this tournament that it can be done. Janno Jorgensen was 1 game down and 7-17 down against Tommy Sugiyato. Came back to win the match. It's gone wide. Where does it come from? Where did she get it from, Akane Yamaguchi? What if she started out playing like this in the beginning of the match? Ratchanok wants to towel down, but CK An, our umpire, says no. Yamaguchi has to beware because Ratchanok is going for a smash.
Nice patient play by Ratchanok INTANON, and after the court is being marked, she's holding 5 match points against them.
Akane Yamaguchi. And there it is. Ratchanok INTANON has won the 20th encounter between the two players, reducing Yamaguchi's lead to 11-9. booked a spot in tomorrow's semi-final.
21-9, 21-16.
Best results for a while for Ratchanok.
This is the end of this session.
The
Thank you.
last
今日嘅賽
points.
事已經已結束，多謝各位。
多謝各位嚟體育館欣賞節目。當各位離開嘅時候，請記得拎走你哋帶嚟嘅物品。
謝謝各位來體育館欣賞節目。當各位離開的時候，
So
請
umpire
記得
set
拿走你們帶來的物品。
21-9, 21-16 for Ratchanok INTANON.
Please check your personal belongings when leaving.
So she'll be up against Sung Ji-hyun in tomorrow's semi-final. The other semi-final is going to be decided later today. Here is how it happened. Started out with a really entertaining women's doubles, where eventually last week's winners Lee So-hee, Shin Sung-chan came through in 3 games. Then Jonathan Christie, the Asian Games champion, took the first game against world champion Kento Momota, but Momota wouldn't have it and came back to win in 2 relatively easy games, 21-9, 21-9, to book his spot in the semi-final. Mixed doubles saw the second seed, the world number 2, eventually prevail. 3 games that all ended 21-14. And then Kenta Nishimoto defeated Shrikant Kidambi in straight games before the former world champion Ratchanok INTANON, as she saw, defeated the second seed Akane Yamaguchi. That concludes the action for the first session here in the Hong Kong Coliseum, but we'll be back in a little more than an hour, 18:30 local time to be precise. That's 10:30 GMT, where the second session of today's matches will be played, and as you can see here, we have some really mouth-watering encounters in line for you. How about Tai Su Ying, the world number 1, the dominant world number 1, up against the 3-time world champion and Olympic champion Carolina Marin, the encounter that we've all looked forward to. And one more in men's doubles with Gideon and Sukamuljo, also the world number 1, the dominant men's doubles, up against the comeback kids Kim Ki-jung and Lee Young-dae. That's all in the next session. Starts in a little over an hour. I hope you'll be watching. See you again then.